What's it been like coming to the White House and competing in this event?
Yeah, no, it was a really crazy experience to just get an email and say, hey, you want to come to the White House? I was streaming, so I was and I had to text my wife right away. But it's really cool. I mean, they've never done anything like this before. So to be involved with the first ever gaming live stream event from the White House is really cool. It's really awesome.
Speaking for you specifically, are you in the market for insurance? Does the Affordable Health Care Act affect you personally?
No, thankfully, my wife, through her job, I'm actually covered through her insurance. But I mean, if I was, this is a fantastic tool to use when looking for healthcare. There's so many options. There's so many things out there, and people kind of get overwhelmed. So this is definitely a great initiative. It's a great website. It's a great thing to get involved with.
So we heard your story while you were on stage, but I'd love for you to talk about you starting streaming and what you used to do, and how you sort of jumped into it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I was actually going to school to be a physician's assistant, so medical background, a lot of science, a lot of health focused things like that. So I just started streaming just kind of for fun. It was kind of a way to kind of get away from bad things that were happening in my life. Kind of helped me forget about that, and it kind of just blew up. Started making money from it, and I was actually able to kind of just started paying for bills and things like that, and then it kind of turned into what it is today.
So what do you mainly do as a streamer? What's your big thing that you do?
Yeah, so I stream a lot of first-person shooters. So that's a really big part of my career, working with companies like Electronic Arts on their games like Battlefield and Titanfall. I've done some work with Ubisoft for Rainbow Six Siege. So I like to focus on the first-person shooters, teach people how to get better at them, different strats, things like that.
Big fan of Rainbow Six, by the way. It's,
awesome.
I think, probably the most underrated game out right now.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy competitive shooter. I would almost throw that up there with Counter-Strike. It's definitely becoming a big thing. I would love to see it do more. Definitely get up there with games like Counter-Strike and Overwatch.
Do you follow any of the eSports side of it, their sort of professional league that they have going on?
I really don't. People have asked me if I was going to compete in Rainbow Six. I was doing a lot of Rainbow Six streaming. They're like, "Oh, you should compete because you're really good at it." And it's no, eSports is it's a completely different realm outside of entertaining. It's a job. Just eSports themselves. You're a competitor. You're an athlete. So it's a lot of work. You can find me over at twitch.tv/darkness. There's an underscore in there, so darkness_429. Twitter is @darkness429. So if you just Google just darkness429, you'll find me.